taking a big, deep breath. He does not want to go down to that losers to go into a ZVZ versus Sue.
Oh,
no doubt.
That is so dangerous. I don't think either of these players want to go down to Sue because Sue is sick against Protoss as well.
No way. Guys, we're going to jump into game number 3 right now. Expedition lost to decide who moves up and who moves down between ByuL and Trap. Let's do it. Up here in the top right in the blue, our Zerg player from CJ Entis, it is ByuL.
Down here in the bottom left, Trap. One apiece. Look at that pylon. Leaves me to believe we might see that Nexus first. And what are we going to see from ByuL? Are we going to see that drone scout to start things off? Okay. Going to be looking to proxy there, as the observer points out. Will he be looking for it again? Will he try and force out those probes? You know, play a similar game to game 1. I would like that a lot. It really put him far ahead.
Looks like it will be a gate, though.
Oh. ByuL doesn't care there. ByuL's still going to go for it. And at the very least, it's going to force out, you know, a couple of Zealots.
But at the same time, Trap may miss this. Sends out his scout.
Yeah,
it's out on the map. He hasn't sent anything else out.
Nothing's going to check that natural for a time either, because obviously he's not going to have enough minerals to throw down a Nexus.
Yeah. So this hatchery is going to get healthy enough to the point where Trap wouldn't want to pull all of his drones. Maybe pull some of them and try to chrono boost out a Zealot to deal with this.
Yeah, here we go now. Trap's going to scout it. He's going to go, oh, you made another hatchery.
Oh, man.
I see how it is. Let's see if he pulls probes this time. Nope. Just going to wait for a Zealot.
Yeah.
You might even want to throw down a Forge behind this. Nah, maybe not a Forge. Maybe just the Cyber at the front. Make that Sim City just a little tight on that natural ramp. Just give him the option to go for a very quick tech.
Yeah. And ByuL, once again, he's just going for what he did in game number 1, following up with the gas and the pool. Going to see Speedlings out on the map once again.
Yeah, this time Trap's going to shut it down pretty easily, though. With that SimCity already on the top of the ramp with that block, he will destroy it. He's not going to have much luck at all.
There comes the pull, finally, as the Zealot pops out.
Yeah, I like this. You want to do this because you don't want a Queen to come out and start dropping tumors as well. Then it gets a little too tricky because you're going to have to deal with the creep spread in your natural.
Trap being very cheeky, dropping down a little pylon, not letting the hatchery go down for ByuL too, giving him a little taste of his own medicine.
Yep. Why not? It's still going to be a while before we see Trap take that natural. So much creep spread there. Both players will probably be around the same economy from all this in the end of things.
ByuL will finally be able to clean up that pylon, put down his own natural hatchery.
Whenever he wants. There we go. And some links come out in the natural, so they're just going to run around, harass a little bit. I don't think they'll all be wiped out before we do see the link speed finish though. So not the same amount of damage this time around.
Oh yeah, not nearly. It's just really about that big delay on the Nexus.
A bit of harassment at the front there too. A little bit of cheekiness going on. I doubt he's going to kill a Forge. Do a little bit of damage to it there. Could make up for something later on. Maybe around the half health. Now, what does ByuL do from here this time around? Is he going to start a third base sometime soon and just play for the macro game after not much was done?
Yeah, last time he went for the gold base on Overgrowth. It is an option on this map, but it's kind of in the center of the map.
Be a
bit of a more vulnerable position.
Definitely more vulnerable, and I think Trap just isn't in the same position he was last game. He's got his tech a lot earlier. He lost no probes whatsoever. The only thing he lost was some time in his natural building. So that isn't nearly enough to really warrant a gold base in the middle of the map. So he is going to go for that third base at the top.
I love this from ByuL. Now that he has the speed, it's going to be so much easier to shut down anything from getting down on the map compared to the last game where Trap was easily able to get up a bunch of pylons very close to the gold base that ByuL had made. And ByuL just going to go for a straight up third base here. No shenanigans.
No shenanigans whatsoever. Just straight up. I like that. I think it's pretty important at this point because he's not going to find the damage. And he's got to really worry about what Trap might be cooking up because he's had a lot of time and no damage really done. And we are seeing a DT Shrine come up.
Wow.
Dark Shrine on the way.
Talk about mixing it up.
Yeah.
I love that ByuL goes for the back ice. Just open up another attack path. We've seen Zergs put on pressure at the front, force out a bunch of force fields, and then just shove it in the back. You know what I mean, Moonlade?
Whoa. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Valdez. And it's very something you got to be very careful as a Protoss on this map. That ice can cause a lot of problems.
You got to protect yourself. A lot of Protosses love to just put a small wall there and maybe just leave one sentry just in case. And it looks like Trap maybe begin doing that. We see the pylon over there now.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's going to keep an eye on it at the very least so he doesn't have to keep his Stalker there.
Wow. That was the Dark Shrine there, right? Yeah.
Yep, that is the Dark Shrine.
ByuL sees everything.
He's like, oh, well then, hello. No damage will be done. If he gets the spores up now, right now, there we go. One on the third base.
Trap sees this, but kind of just puts it down in the face of it anyway.
Guess it's going to happen. Also, ByuL sees, Blink researching from this as well. She's like, okay, you're going to go into Blink. It's only natural.
It's the MVP Overlord in this game.
Yeah, especially if he stays alive. I don't think he's going to die anytime soon. That Overlord did everything. And now, a Zergling scouts the third base as well, so all the information ByuL ever wanted coming his way. DT's going to come and get deflected.
Yeah, and with Laerdon Overseers out on the map, there's two of them. It's just kind of a dead tech. It's not really going to get much unless he commits to killing a Spore Crawler and hoping that ByuL has his Overseer out of position.
Yeah, unless he gets maybe he wants to use it in the late game with like a War Prism or something, like Zealot, DT sort of warp ins in the main base and stuff, try and go for some real damage with them. Oh, looking for that run by, nearly finding it.
Trying to squeeze through.
Yeah, nearly did too. The Zealot was budging.
Just feeling the pressure. So yeah, Trap committing to that Dark Shrine, but no damage is going to come out of it. He may be able to keep a watchtower up to the top left. ByuL still has that one on the bottom right. And he's just going to transition straight into +2 and Blink, as is the natural response out of most Protosses these days. Messes up his wall here.
Oh.
Observer is very unhappy with that.
Oh, as he should be.
He tilts it. He just looks from both sides.
Do every angle.
Shakes the screen.
On this mistake, it's like, this should not happen. And now we're going to see huge aggression coming from ByuL. So many Roachling on the way.
Oh, and he's going to have Burrow.
Oh, yeah. Why not? He's going to have Burrow. He's got Burrow movement on the way. +1 nearly finished as well. Is he going to go for the ramp first, or are we going to simply go straight for the third? If he can get this +2, it's going to make such a difference. Not going to commit to it there. Not when he sees the sentries.
Looks like he wants to force a bunch of force fields over here.
Oh, he should really consider this Forge. Just if he kills the Forge before +2 finishes, it's going to be so much easier.
He gets it. And now they're going to be on 1-1 together. Well, I mean, they'll both have +1 attack.
Yeah, they are both going to have +1 attack, but it's going to be much better for the Roaches.
Yeah, and the pressure continues from ByuL. He's not letting up just yet. Takes out a pylon. Going to take out this pylon too. Gets the cannon.
Trap is in a horrible position right now. I don't think ByuL was expecting to do this much damage, but he's like, well, I guess I'll just keep making units.
There are no observers out on the map. Is there even a robotics facility?
There is no robotics facility right now, Valdez.
Yeah, he already sniped that cannon, so he could easily just go straight into the third base and do huge damage because there's going to be no detection.
The moment Burrow movement is finished, he can just roll on in and end the game.
Yeah, and there's not even a cannon being remade.
There's absolutely nothing at this point. There's a cannon finally. It's going to be in the main base.
Yep.
He's going to start putting him in each base, it seems. He might have caught on at this point, like, oh, you're actually going for borrow movement. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and very smiley from Trap going for that rock.
God.
The rock tower.
Trying to come from behind, maybe go up the ramp.
He's going to try and force fill them off, at least for a second here.
He's going to go straight underneath all these stalkers now.
So much damage happening, and a focus on the Nexus as well.
Oh my god. That's going to go down right away here. Nexus goes down.
Is it going to go down? Finally.
Okay, there we go.
Why is he contaminated on 10 HP? I will never know.
That's just like a celebration, man. He's got this game in the bag. There's nothing that Trap can do.
Yeah, there is literally nothing at this point. No detection still on any, with his army at all, which is always going to prove to be a massive problem against roaches like this.
GG. ByuL will take it. The better player in this series. He redoes what he did in Pro League just in a best of 3, and he will move on to the winner's match against Life, whereas Trap has to go down against Sue in the loser's match.
Probably the worst case scenario for Trap. He doesn't want to go up against Sue out of these 3 players, I think, because Sue, he has proven, you know, in both GSL and in Star League that he's fantastic against Protoss in best of series.
Yeah.
He took down, who was it he took down in GSL again? Maybe Seed, I think? I'll have to find out in just a sec. He took down, he obviously lost to Trust in his last best of 3.
Yeah, he took out Seed 3-1 in Code A.
Super 3-0 in Star League, so
yeah.
He's been having a lot of success recently in the matchup.
When he was going up against Trust, he was extremely tilted after the series, and he wasn't showing 100% of his play.
Yeah, that actually had a lot to do with it. I wouldn't really put it down to his lack of ability or his problems with the matchup. It was simply because his mentality was broken at that point because he lost such a horrible game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to have the winner's match, ByuL versus Life, after an 8-minute break. Stay tuned.